Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's empties. This is the empties for most of January. Actually, I think I posted an empties video about maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago in the middle of January, but that month was very productive. As far as things that I used up, I've got a lot of body care, I have skincare, fragrance, makeup, a lot of different stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to start with this L'Oreal Paris Sleek It Iron Straight Heat Spray, 450 degree protection. This is a heat spray that I've had for many years, and fortunately they still sell it. I think they may have changed the packaging just a little bit, but I've had it for many years, and I took a break from all heat styling, including blow drying my hair, also for many years. And I was under the impression that I was doing my hair a great favor. But I realized that even after a year or two of not blow drying my hair, not using any heat styling, I still had trouble with hair fallout from time to time, and actually that my hair was looking pretty awful when it is not blow dried. It has no volume. It actually looks like the hair follicles almost stick together. It just really dries very not attractive whatsoever, very hard to style. And also just the feeling of having to sit and wait for my hair to dry, with my hair just sticking to the back of my neck and just being really annoying. So one day I had an epiphany after reading a Reddit, actually, of someone saying that just blow dry your hair, and because when you are having your hair wet and then you're like brushing it and you're handling it, you can do a lot more damage to it because it's wet and it's more vulnerable. So I started just blow drying it, and then towards the end of my blow drying, only when it's almost dry, then I blow dry with a brush. So I just blow dry it without any kind of tools or brushes or anything. And then just towards the end, I have just a regular brush that has holes in it, not the round brush, but like just a regular brush with holes and in the brush part. And then I just brush my hair and like with the blow dryer in the back. And now my hair looks amazing. I don't have to wash it as often because it doesn't look as greasy by the next day. And it just looks beautiful and more enjoyable, more volumized, and less frizzy actually. So this product I really enjoyed, and I noticed I was almost running out, and so I went to Amazon to see what other heat sprays that I can order, and this one was one of the first choices that was showing up, and I think for good reason, because it's really nice. And it has another cool mechanism with the pump is that you can actually lock it so it won't, well actually this is unlocked, so you can turn it to the other side, lock it, and then spray, or lock it, and then it won't spray anymore. There we go. So I really enjoyed this one, but I actually got a different one also from L'Oreal, a new one that I'm currently using. Next up, I have a Bath & Body Works body wash. This is the White Jasmine scent. This shower gel I was very excited about. I believe I purchased this from their website. I ordered it at some point last year, and it was sitting in the stash. I totally forgot that I had ordered it, and then I went to use it. I was so excited to smell the jasmine in here. However, to my disappointment, I found that this particular shower gel does not smell at all like jasmine. And for my nose, it smells like green apples. So I think if this was named green apples, that would be exactly the smell that I would expect. And as far as the fragrance notes that they claim are in here, it says creamy white jasmine, which I don't smell jasmine at all. And I grew up with jasmine bushes for many years. I know exactly what jasmine flowers smell like, and that's not it. Apple blossom, which I've smelled apple blossom. I barely really get that in here. This smells more like apples to me, specifically green apples. And white cedarwood, which I definitely do not smell whatsoever. There's nothing like woody that I could smell. So for me, this was a fail, will not repurchase. Kind of disappointed that I couldn't smell the jasmine. Next up, I have another one of this Nivea cocoa butter that I used up. Really, really great body butter. It has like a whipped consistency. It is definitely not like a thick body butter that you have to rub in and rub in. It's just really pleasant to use. Has a very like soft scent to it, just like a very subtle cocoa butter scent, and very budget friendly. From Amazon, I believe it was about $6 and some cents, like I want to say $6.37 or something like that. I have two more that I purchased to replace this one after I use up some other stuff, but it's fantastic. And I do appreciate this type of tubs because you can dig out every last little bit, because I've noticed that some lotions with a pump, they're great to use through the first, like after you're like, I don't know, 9/10 through the bottle, it's perfect. And then the last 1/10 of the product gets stuck at the bottom and won't pump. And I just don't feel comfortable throwing that much out. So then I have to put it upside down or open everything up and try to scoop things out with the pump itself. So it's kind of annoying. But this type of packaging is perfect. I can just dig everything out. I don't mind putting my hands in there, and it's perfect. So yeah, definitely has been repurchased twice, or two more products. Another body butter. Let's do another body butter. I just finished this last night. So I love variety. As much as I have things that I discovered that I repurchased, like the Nivea, I cannot help but try something new because it just brings me joy and happiness. So this is another discovery from Amazon. This is a brand called Petal Fresh, and this is a restoring body butter, and it has honey and coconut. So this one comes again in a tub. This part is plastic. Whoopsie. The tub itself is plastic, and the lid is like a tin type of material, like a metal or something like that. So that's what that looked like. And this smelled like coconuts. I did not smell any honey. It smelled like coconut. It was a moisturizing formula, not too thick, not too thin, a little bit thicker than the Nivea one. Just a little bit, but I wouldn't describe it as thick necessarily. It absorbed very quickly. I love the smell of coconuts, so that was fine. Again, didn't get any honey from it, but the moisturization was great and I really enjoyed using it. I think I used it up quite quickly. It's only an 8-ounce container. So for example, with the Nivea cocoa butter 16-ounce container, it takes me about like 3 weeks, I think, or just around there. And this one took me maybe, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. It also depends how often I'm showering, because I've started to shower twice a day because I started to work out in the morning. So, I would shower after my workout and then I'd shower again at night because I always have to shower at night. Okay, so let's move on with this Eucerin Daily Protection Face Lotion and Sunscreen with broad spectrum SPF 30. Again, another Amazon purchase. I had to try it out and see if I like the Eucerin daytime moisturizers. Of course, all of my daytime moisturizers have to have SPF. So I tried this one out. It comes with a pump like this, a white thin lotion consistency. it's got that very Eucerin-like lotion consistency. If you've ever used Eucerin, their lotion, this is exactly the same consistency. To me, it's very specific to Eucerin. I can't really describe it, but it's like that kind of texture that they have that's very Eucerin-y. And I didn't really like it. The thing with this particular SPF is that it left white marks on my face. And I don't think that this is a physical SPF. Okay, let's see what it says here. Oh, it includes zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Yes, so it does have a physical SPF. So that explains why I left some white marks and I couldn't rub those in. Hi, Mia. And I couldn't rub it in. So, sometimes with the physical SPFs, they have a texture, like maybe some greasiness to them where you can, oh my God, Mia. Sorry, guys. Well, this one left marks and it was also thin consistency. So, yeah. So, I don't, anyway, long story short, I won't be repurchasing this anymore. Me. Okay. Mia, please don't knock down my phone. Mia. Okay. Thanks a lot, Mia. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Okay, it's okay. No one's really watching these videos anyway. Okay, so I have this Clinique All About Clean. I know I love you too, Mia, but please not the phone, okay? Okay, so this All About Clean, like makeup remover, cleanser type thing. Used every last bit of this. This is a thick formula. Really does a good job of removing makeup and just everything. Really enjoyed it. Let's set it down over there. But I discovered an even better one that's more budget friendly, just a little bit more, and that's the CeraVe creamy like lotion to foam one. I think I may have shown it in another Empties. So anyway, let's move on to some perfumes. I used up this Katy Perry Meow fragrance. I used it on myself it was about halfway through, and then the rest of it I used as a room spray. And this is a very sweet, like fruity vanilla with a little bit of amber in the bottom. Very young, very like sweet, carefree, a little bit too young for me. Let's put it that way. Another one I used up is Glowing by J Lo. This is the fragrance that has been discontinued. So I saw last year some people selling them on Mercari for just ridiculous pricing, like $300 or something like that. I definitely would not purchase that, repurchase that, even if it was available. I just don't think it was that good, especially towards the end. I got quite sick of it. It's a very interesting fragrance. It's very deep. It's definitely not your regular celebrity fragrance. It's not, I don't think it's that mass appealing. It had some like green notes in it, like a little bit woody and spicy. Yeah, very, very interesting, very strong. And also this bottle is the one that lights up when you spray it. So I think it still works. Yeah, there you go. So it has little bulbs that light up in there. So yeah, by the end, I really got sick of it. There was a time when I really enjoyed it, and then I quickly became kind of a little bit sickening and suffocating for me. Quickly mentioning my Dove Sensitive Skin Bar of Soap for intimate hygiene. I always show this one. So every month I go through about one. Next up, I have a bunch of just random stuff, lots of little things. So let me quickly show you first my Crest baking soda and peroxide whitening toothpaste. Used up another one of these. But I have switched now to the the Colgate Optic White, the red tube of toothpaste, and that one has a stronger flavor. I feel like it's just more powerful, so I like that one better. We still have like two of these under our sink that are waiting to be used up, but I think I'm gonna switch it out because I'm not really seeing much results with as far as whitening with this one. Next up, more skincare. I have this Yves Rocher Anti-Age Global, the Anti-Aging Dark Spot Concentrate. And this is a impulse purchase from Yves Rocher's website last year. And I started using it, I think, under my nighttime moisturizer, but then I forgot about it. It kind of got lost to the back of the cabinet. And then after we did our bathroom renovation, I found it again among all the products that I cleared out of the old bathroom. So I just decided to use it just as my nighttime moisturizer because I had run out. Because this has like a lotion, a thin lotiony type of formula to it. I did not notice any kind of any sort of changes to my skin from this. I'm not sure if this really does anything, but I haven't really investigated this to like give a fair answer. And next up, okay, let's do another moisturizer. I tried the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I think this is the smallest size that you can purchase, the 15 ml size. Really, really loved this. Has a thick consistency, has a lovely smell, very moisturizing. I wasn't expecting magic. I just wanted like a luxurious feeling moisturizer, and this definitely fits the bill. Really, really nice. I was going to reorder it again, but I decided to go for on the Sephora website. Instead of this, I decided to go with the Sunday Riley CEO Glow, like the vitamin C with turmeric, that facial oil. And to be honest with you, I returned that. It was really bad. And so I think that I am going to go ahead and order a bigger size of the Charlotte Tilbury because this one didn't really last very long at all. But I think I might save this container, you guys, because I want to use it to mix like foundations. I have some foundations that I recently purchased that ended up being a little bit too dark. And I have like a foundation, a lightener, like the white foundation base that you can lighten foundations with. So I might like mix foundations in here or something like that just to make them more suitable because this is such a nice jar. It's like a glass jar with a really pretty top. So this was really nice. I did enjoy this. And yeah, possible repurchase of a bigger size, but it's just so expensive. That's the only hesitation I have with that. Okay, let's do some makeup and other little things. I have here the Stila in the Light eyeshadow palette. I'm not really sure if they make this anymore. This is older than dirt. And this palette is not used up, but it has solidified on me. These shades, I don't know if you can tell, but I picked up just trying to use it and it just feels hard as rock. They feel hard as rock in there. Nothing will get picked up. They just look, they look hardened, entirely hardened. And this palette actually I have never used. Any usage here is by my sister, because this palette I bought at Sephora more than 10 years ago and gave it to my sister as a birthday present. And then she used it for a while, and then maybe about a year or two later, she was decluttering makeup and I took it off her hands. I was like, oh, perfect, I get to use it. And because of my habit of only using one thing at a time until it's completely done and just keeping everything else to wait in the wings, this one now, 10 years later, as I'm going to see if I can break my habit and actually use some of the other stuff, now, lo and behold, everything is hardened and unusable. I mean, literally, it's just hard as a rock. Everything is hard as a rock. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it has to go. I'm not going to do anything with this. It just has to go. And I did struggle, like, psychologically letting go of it, but I feel good just letting go of it. There's nothing for me to do with it. It is damaged. Something else along the same lines is I went ahead and bought a lipstick organizer so I can actually use my lipsticks, so they'll be in front of me. And this very old lipstick, also more than 10 years old, this Maybelline matte rich ruby lipstick, shade 691. That was one of the lipsticks that I decided to try one day because now it was in front of me and not tucked away. So I don't know if you can tell, it has these like tiny little bubbles coming out of the side. It might be very difficult for you to tell. I wiped them and then they came back. I don't think you can tell on camera. The lipstick itself is still gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Very pigmented. Lasted forever. Just felt good on my lips. I put it on and I wore it for a day. And then the next day, I woke up and I had a nice cold sore on my lips. So that's when I decided, no, this has to go. This has to go. So that is now being decluttered. More makeup, and this is in fact an actual empty. Loved this foundation. This is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation with 5% squalane and hyaluronic acid. And the shade I used was 217. Very close match to my skin. Maybe a little bit too like pink. If I put it on in the daylight, there was a little bit something a little bit too pink in it for me. Like I'm a little bit more olive and more yellow. I don't have much pink or redness in my skin. But anyway, it was just almost, that's only upon close inspection. Other than that, it was a very close match to my skin. So I did a good job at the drugstore just to show you that it's all used up. A very moisturizing formula. Let me actually show you. Moisturizing, it didn't settle into my lines or pores. It didn't accentuate any imperfections. Just gorgeous. So I don't know if you can tell, it's not a very close match to my skin. There's something like kind of pink on my face. On my face, it was really nice though, especially in the summer. But it's not a 100% match. You can see it has a little bit of pinkness to it, this shade. But of course they have many other shades. All right, more makeup. This is the Maybelline The Colossal Mascara, 36-hour wear. This was a purchase, I think actually from TJ Maxx. They had this, and I have a feeling that this is waterproof because even though I enjoyed this mascara, it's not fully used up, by the way. Not fully used up at all. This is the wand of it. It was totally fine. One application gave me nice separation and lengthening. The second application, it gave me like extreme volume. Very, very good. So very buildable, very good. The reason why I only use it for about 2 weeks and I am putting in my empties is because it was very, very torturous to remove off of my eyes. This particular cleanser that I used to remove this, I had to really rub and do 2 separate makeup removal like washings with this in the shower to be able to remove this, and still there would be crunchy residue left on my lashes, and I had to like torture my eyes to remove this, and I really don't want to go through that for a mascara. So I think this 36-hour writing here should have been a good warning for me not to purchase this, so I will not be purchasing this one ever again because I don't want to do this to my eyes. Okay, gee, I don't even know what to, I have so many little things here, you guys. Okay, really quickly, I'm getting rid of this nail file. I think like my nail tech gave me like 5 of these or something, and this one is just completely used up, so that's going in the trash. I have a sample of a shampoo and conditioner. This is the Acidic Color Gloss shampoo and conditioner from Redken. I saw the new ads on YouTube and I was just like, I went straight to their website and impulse bought the Acidic Gloss treatment and the and other shampoos that I used to use in high school that were really cool from Redken, the All Soft line. And then they gave me these samples. And this, I can't say that it really did much of anything for my hair. The shampoo together with the conditioner. I didn't do the acidic gloss right after this, but I just used these to see what it would do, and I didn't notice really any big difference. I have an eyeshadow fully emptied. This is Rob Sheppy for Teeny Beauty. This was like a champagne colored eyeshadow. The color was Pearly Fizz, a powder eyeshadow that came in a very old Ipsy bag that I was signed up for. It was so old that the packaging already broke. This is the kind of champagne color that I used to use all over the lid all the time. And lately I haven't been doing my makeup that way. Lately I've been doing like a dark color on my lid and all the way into my crease because of I'm aging and my eyes are hooded, and I just want something that would open my eyes. And I'm finding that doing my makeup the same way that I used to do it when I was in college and in my early 20s is just not going to cut it for my eyes anymore. So I'm making some changes. So this was like 3/4 used up, and then it only had a little bit on this side. So I used that last little bit as a highlighter, and that was beautiful as a highlighter. I'm not sure if this company exists anymore. Does anybody know? Could you let me know? Because it was a great eyeshadow. I have here a couple of liners. So first up is the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes Intense. This is one of those automatic ones. I really hate these types of liners, not only because the formula is very, very soft. You can't really do any kind of normal line. You can only do like a smudgy lines and stuff like that. The other thing is that these automatic type pencils break on me all the time. This one was older. The last time that I had like maybe half an inch left in here, I went to use it and it just broke off. So that went straight to the empties. Next time I'm going to stick to just purchasing actual crayons, like the wooden crayons that you have to use a sharpener for. I prefer those a lot more. And another one by Revlon. This is the Revlon Color Stay, is another automatic one in purple, in a purple color. The other one was black. I am not going to use it up until the end, and the reason is because the pigment is so poor here. I don't know if this is too old, although I've only had it, I think, for maybe 2 years. But in any case, even with sharpening it with this little attached little sharpener, the pigment is really bad, so I have to really drag it on my eyes to get any kind of color, and I don't want to torture my eyes like that. I'm at this age where I'm just not going to put my eyes through the ringer in order to use up products that I don't like and don't work for me. So definitely will not be repurchasing this again. I'm also decluttering this L'Oreal Infallible gel eyeliner. Remember when these were all the rage? I think I was in college. That was like more than 10 years ago. And I used to own something like that, and I used to have this pot for so long. I used to microwave it to like make it not dry again. This is fully dried up now, and it applies very clumpy, and I just don't really care for doing a very defined black line on my upper lid anymore. So I just decided this has to go. It's just taking up space. This is the little brush that it comes with, by the way. So it's going to go. And goodbye, and thank you for your service, but I'm no longer going to use you. All right. I have this little cover of a straight razor because I changed my razor again for this month. I use a straight razor, and these are the very budget-friendly Astra Superior Platinum razors. They come in a huge pack from Amazon. I've had them for years, so they are there to stay for years. I have another lip liner, another automatic one. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche in this really beautiful red color. This is fully used up. Again, a lot of pieces broke off because that's just the trouble with these type of liners. So I'm going to, again, stick with the crayon type. The real crayon type is the best. I have some fragrances. Actually, let me gather all of them here. Lots and lots of fragrances. And I think we're gonna end with the fragrances, but before we do, let me show you really quickly. I have this sample that I tried from Innisfree that a Sephora sent me with a recent order. Innisfree Dewy Glow Jelly Cream with Jeju Cherry Blossom. So this had actually no scent to it whatsoever. It was very thin consistency. No fragrance, just they gave me like this tiny little pouch that had like 0.03 fluid ounces in it, so just enough to apply on your face, just barely. So yeah, that's all I could tell. Is it's a moisturizer. Didn't notice anything else about it, and no smell to it. I was hoping for a like a cherry blossom smell, but no, it didn't give me that. I have some fragrance samples now. This is Etat Libre d'Orange. This was actually a sample of Secretions Magnifiques. Before I ordered my full-size bottle, I wanted to see what I would get myself into. And I finished the sample. Really love it. Of course, it's not for everyone. For me, the beginning is really the most challenging part because of like a very strong aquatic notes, and sometimes it really does smell like sweat. But then after it dries down, it becomes like a very sweet and delicious iris scent. That's what I smell on myself, and it lasts for ages and ages and really takes me on a fragrance journey, which I do appreciate very much. Next, I have this Serge Lutens Fille and Agui fragrance. This is a very highly recommended on Fragcom, but hard to find in the US. I don't think it's officially like distributed here. And like if you buy it, it's just ridiculously priced at like over $300 or something like that. Very, very good fragrance. It is very spicy. For me, I really could smell just a variety of spices, including bay leaves. Bay leaves really came strongly in this one for me, and like incense, and just very, very beautiful, like a contemplative type of fragrance where you just spray it on and you can just be in your own thoughts, and it just like surrounds you and takes you somewhere else. Yeah, very beautiful, but definitely would not purchase a full-size bottle because of the price issue. I ordered a while ago from this company called Rich and Lux. Whoops. This is not the fragrance company. This is actually a decant company. So they do a lot of decants that you can buy in different sizes from different houses. They do a lot of niche houses, a lot of luxury, a lot of hard to find ones in the United States. They will have those, and they send really nice packaging. And this one was the Maître Parfumeur Égantier Oud Extravagant perfume, which has real natural oud wood in it. This is definitely not for everyone. This is oud to the max. I for the first time understood what people mean by oud smells like a barnyard. It gives you like a barnyard vibes when I first sprayed this. Upon first spraying this, I definitely smell the barn. I smell animals in a barn. I'm familiar with that smell. When I was little, I spent a lot of time in a very rural countryside type of setting, so I'm very familiar with all of the smells. So this definitely gave me that at the beginning, only at the beginning, and then it just settles into a woody, interesting, smoky, sophisticated, definitely not for everyone fragrance. Definitely won't be purchasing the full size, but it was an interesting experience with this one. So that was Oud Extravagant by Maître Parfumeur Égantier. Another sample, this is the 7 Virtues Cherry Ambition. Sephora sent me this with a recent order. I finished this sample, but this was not my favorite fragrance. It is very strong cherry. It smells very synthetic to me, unfortunately. It's supposed to have cherry, saffron, and vanilla marshmallow. For me, it was a very strong synthetic cherry. The saffron, I wouldn't be able to identify it, but yeah, it was just too artificial for me and too strong. And I feel like I've kind of had enough of the cherry thing in fragrances. I have a version of Lost Cherry. That's the Middle Eastern version, and that one is wonderful for me. And that's enough for me as far as the cherry. But this one was not, it was not my favorite. And far be it from me to complain about a fragrance being too strong, because usually, like even strong fragrances, I want them to be even stronger. But this one really was too strong because of that cherry. All right, so 3 samples here from Miller Harris. I have tried the Etui Noir, Scherzo, which is probably their more famous one, and Peau Santal. Etui Noir, it was like a leathery fragrance, didn't last very long. It was okay, but it just didn't last. Scherzo is like a jammy rose with maybe, I think, patchouli or something like that, or maybe oud. Not my favorite. Again, didn't really care for it that much. And here I have my favorite of all the Miller Harrises that I tried, which is Peau Santal. Beautiful sandalwood, very similar to the sandalwood that I smell in Atelier Cologne, their sandalwood one. Yeah, one of my favorite fragrances. But this one was, again, did not last very long, and I would consider purchasing a full size if it wasn't for the fact that it just didn't last very long. And 3 more fragrance samples, this time from Lucky Scent, all 3. So this one is the Montal Chocolate Greedy. This one for me was just like putting on cocoa powder. It smelled very, very cocoa powder, and that's all I smelled in here. A little bit too gourmand for me, really not my jam. Yeah, I need my perfumes to be a little more perfumey than that. This one is Mancera's Red Tobacco. The first time I tried this, it actually gave me a red irritation on my wrist. Very interesting. I've never had that happen with a fragrance. And it also made my nose really burn. Very, very strong fragrance, probably one of the strongest. So I put it away, and then this past month I decided to start going through my fragrance samples, and I saw this and I said, let's try it again and see what I feel. And this time I wore it just fine, didn't give me any irritation, didn't make my nose tingle. It is a beautiful, sophisticated tobacco type of fragrance. I like it. And last but not least is the Exceptional Because You Are from Fragrance Net. Yes, the name is very cringy. I think that's why people like to kind of hate on this one. But it's not a bad fragrance. It's like a musky, fresh, everyday feminine type of fragrance. It's not gonna blow anyone away, but I don't think it's bad at all. I just wish that they changed the name. Maybe if they just called it Exceptional without the Because You Are, because that just makes me cringe when I say that. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But other than that, the fragrance is just fine. And it's very budget friendly as well. Anyway, this was my empties. It turned out to be a very long one. I can't believe I finished so much this month. I was really on a roll. Very proud of myself. I'm getting into makeup and doing it every day and just trying different things, and it's kind of breathing new life into me in a way. Just taking care of myself that way just feels really, really good. So hopefully you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.